Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my first update for this year's Beauty A to Z. This is a Fantastic Ladies collaboration project. I will have their Facebook group linked down below. You could check them out, you could join them, you could see what projects they are coming up with. It is basically a Facebook group that is completely focused on project panning. So if you're interested, you're more than welcome to join. I will have it linked down below. The point of this project is to work on 26 items, one for each letter of the alphabet. It started on January 1st and it will be running until December 31st. This is now my 5th year of doing this project. I love this project so much. I love the idea of products getting thrown in because they fit the letter that I would have never thought to pan otherwise. It happens every year. There's always something unexpected that I had no intention of panning that I end up panning because of this project, and it ends up being a lot of fun. I do have an empty for this month. It is my first empty in this project for this year, so I am so excited, and it is for the letter I. That is my very old Impulse body spray in the scent Innocent. I am so happy this is gone. I knew it felt kind of light when I rolled it into the project last month, but I also knew that if I didn't put it in the project, I might never finish it because apparently I only pan things once they're in projects. It ended up lasting another week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before I finished it off, so it wasn't like the next day, but it didn't take too long and it's been gone for a few weeks. I don't miss it. It's a very powdery scent. It's a nice scent, but it's not me anymore if it ever was me. I don't think it ever was me, but it's not me anymore. So, really happy to have this out of my stash and really happy to have my first empty. I'm not going to be going over all 26 products left in this project, just some highlights for the month that I've been working on. So let me show you my progress. For the letter A, I have my ABH Brow Wiz in light brown? Soft brown. I was on the fence about whether or not I wanted to put this in a project for this year because I've just gotten in the habit of using eyeshadows as brow powders, and my Pan That palette for this year has 3 matte brown eyeshadows, but I am glad I put this in a project. I'm not going to roll it all the way up. I've already measured it on my paper, but this is it right here. It's so tiny you can't even see it. I've gotten in the habit of using it to just define like this part right here every morning. So I don't like go through my entire brow with this thing, but just to kind of reach this inside corner right here on both eyebrows that the brush I normally use to apply my eyeshadow never really quite reaches. And so I don't use a lot of product each time, but I have gotten into the habit of using this almost every single day. So that's good. And I do have a tiny progress line that I was able to make for this month. It's nothing to write home about. Oh, come on. There you go. It is nothing to write home about, but I would have not made that progress if this wasn't in this project. So that's kind of cool. For the letter B, I have my Bella Rose eyeshadow from Milani. I did reach for this quite a bit, but I am also working on other kind of highlighting eyeshadowy highlighter products. So I'm not using this every day, but I do feel like the pan has expanded again and that I'm one step closer to this being an empty, which is pretty exciting. I love this. It makes a great inner corner highlight. It makes a great brow bone highlight. It makes a great highlighter. It's an easy product for me to wear. The only problem is I'm panning too many products just like it right now. Otherwise, it would be a goner. For the letter C, I have my Covergirl Sheer Rubies. Again, I have the tiniest progress line that I was able to make this month. This is all that's left. It is so tiny. Right down here is my little itty bitty progress line. It's very small. Over the past month, I have tried this as a cream blush, which I had never tried before. This has been in projects for like 3 years, and during those 3 years, I've never tried it as a cream blush. I am wearing it today. I've been wearing it a lot this past week. I do have other cream blushes that I'm working on, which is why I wasn't multitasking this as a cream blush, but it's getting to that point where I kind of just want it gone. So I'm more motivated to multitask it once it gets to this point. I am still wearing it as a lipstick also, not today, not right now, but I did have it on this morning. So I think I've gotten to that point where I just kind of want to use it up and move it out. So I might be multitasking it more. It's hard because I have a cream blush in this project that I should be working on. And if I'm using this, I'm not using that. So that's the trade-off. There's always a trade-off. But yeah, I'm happy I was able to make a new line. We're gonna skip down to the letter E. I have my Estee Lauder body wash and body lotion. There is also a perfume in my bathroom that I'm working on. Basically, I'm trying to pan these two, and any day that I use these two together, I also spray that perfume on. But there's no way I'm gonna finish that perfume this year, and there's no way I'm gonna finish that perfume around the same time I finish these two. So really my goal is to work on these two, and this is my new line for the month. I did make some progress. It only took a couple uses. I think I only used these 2 or 3 times, so it wasn't a lot of usage, but I'm happy I was able to make a new mark for these two and get some more use out of that perfume. I am still trying to finish a body lotion that's in my 50 Shades of Purple project, and that is my priority. But once I do finish that, I think I might focus on these two and try to knock them out next. It just seems like it's going quickly, and that's an easy one to kind of finish off. For the letter F, I have my Bath & Body Works Rice Flour and Shea body wash, lotion, and body spray. I did use those once in the past month, but I didn't make any progress, so I didn't bring them out, but I did use them once in the past month. For the letter J, I have Blacker by Marc Jacobs. This is their highliner. Love this. I use it all the time. Not every day, but almost every day. I'm wearing it today in my waterline, and I actually have a liquid liner on my top lash line. I wasn't able to make a new mark with this. I don't know why. I used it a ton, but there's no new mark that I was able to make on this. I'm not gonna roll it all the way up. I already measured it against the paper, and it's the same length it was last month. But I am using this quite a bit. For the letter L, I have my Laura Geller bronzer, and I only used this once in the past month. So even though I don't have progress to talk about, I did have something I wanted to tell you guys. I was taking suggestions from you guys last month about what to do, because this is a product that is clearly drying up or has dried up, but I wanted to see what your suggestions were on what I could or should use to revive it. And I wasn't sure if it was gonna work or not. I kind of left it off last month saying, if I cannot revive it, or if I destroy it trying to revive it, I will roll something new in its place at this update. But luckily, your suggestions worked. I tried setting spray, one of my setting sprays. I just squirted it on the lid to test it out. And I just squirted some of the setting spray on the lid, and it worked beautifully. So I haven't really used this at all yet, but I am so excited that I'm going to be able to make this work. It's a beautiful tone. I know a lot of you guys would be like, just throw it away, Paula. I can't. I know. I don't know why. I can't explain myself, but I cannot throw it away. And it's a really, really nice shade for a bronzer. It's beautiful. But I did find a way to revive it and to make it work, and I'm so excited. So this is still in the game, but I only used it once in the past month. I'm currently focusing on these 2 little samples that are in my advent calendar project pan, and those 2 are taking priority over this one, and it's going really slow. It is going so slow. I'll be talking about that in my advent calendar project pan update. However, I'm not able to use this quite yet. For the letter N, I have my night oil from Strivectin. I've used this a bunch in the past month. I cannot see through the packaging, but I have used this a ton. I'm not using it every single night. I have a couple of lotions that are also in my advent calendar project pan that I'm trying to use up more or first, but I did use this a bunch in the past month, and I really enjoy this product. It's a really good night oil. I got some good use out of my Pacifica Tuscan Blood Orange Body Butter. I use this as a hand cream, and I think we're down to about here. It's hard to see through the packaging, but I think we're right about there. I'm really excited. I think that's going to be an empty in the next few months. Hopefully I could finish it off before summer. Once the humidity comes back, I'm much less likely to need that product, and I will tend to ignore it until October rolls around again. So hopefully I can get a lot of use out of it between now and whenever the humidity comes back. For the letter P, I have my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I am currently working on 3 bronzers, and this is the one I'm using the least right now, which stinks, but one of those bronzers is in a project that ends on April 15th, so I'm trying to focus on that one a little bit more right now. That being said, I did reach for this a few times over the past month. I don't know if there's really any progress. I feel like there is. I feel like it's thinned out a little bit more. After April 15th, it's going to be go time for this guy, and I'm going to really try to finish it off. But I gotta focus on that other bronzer right now. For the letter Q, I have my Clinique Gentle Glow Powder. I've definitely expanded the pan on this. I'm making really good progress. You cannot see it. This is where I'm at now. I've hit a ton of side pan. This is the setting powder I want to reach for every day. I tried to stop and make myself reach for the other 2 setting powders that I'm also working on in different projects. But honestly, I just want to reach for this one every day. It's just easy. It's a nice shade. It's a nice product. And it's almost gone. So I'm very motivated to keep working on this, but I do have 2 other setting powders in projects, so I try to give them some love during the month as well. For the letter R, I have my Depotted Revlon Photo Ready Primer. It's in this Sol de Janeiro packaging, but it is the Revlon Photo Ready Primer. I am down to just this much product left. I was able to weigh this on my scale. I did try to weigh everything that I couldn't measure with the scale. Unfortunately, there were only 2 products that were light enough that my scale would read it, and this was one of them. I did get some tips from you guys at my Let's Get Loose update last month, and one of the things is that you guys want to start seeing pictures of the scale. So I'm going to start trying to insert pictures so you can see the difference. But this primer did go down from 0.60 ounces to 0.56 ounces. So what is that? 4/10? I think it's 4/10 of an ounce. I need to work on math. I'm struggling. Apparently, if you don't use it, you lose it. But I think this went down 4/10 of an ounce. So that's good. Again, I have another primer that I'm working on. That's my main excuse. I have another primer that I'm working on in my 50 Shades of Purple, which ends on April 15th. So I'm trying to give that one a little bit more love than this one right now. But I have no worries at all about being able to finish this by the end of the year. So I feel like it can wait a couple months until that project ends. For the letter T, I have my Tea Tree Oil Foot Soak. I did use it once, but I didn't feel like I could really make a new mark. I'm just below the last mark. I mean, I guess I could make a new mark, but I'm not gonna bother. But I did use this once. For the letter U, I have my double-ended pencil from Ulta Beauty. This is my least used eyeliner over the past month. I have this plus 3 other eyeliners I'm working on, and I only used this a couple times, but I was able to make a new mark on one end right there. It's just a tiny mark, but I'll take it. I think it's this end that I used. Basically, each end looks identical to the other. I can't see a difference in the 2 ends at all, so it doesn't really matter which one I reach for, but it's a nice brown, and I love working on brown eyeliner, so I'm glad to be working on it, but I didn't reach for it too much over the past month. For the letter V, I have my Vineyard Peach Body Butter from the Body Shop. I am enjoying this immensely. I am so glad I put this in this project. I'm not really working to hit pan. I'm just kind of working my way down evenly. I would like to think that it's a little bit lower. I did reach for this quite a bit over the past month, but it is hard to tell. Great product. Great product, loving it, love the way it feels. I really enjoy these body butters from the Body Shop. They're really good. For the letter W, I have my Neutrogena Sweet Watermelon Color Stick. I did use this a couple of times in the past month, but again, I wasn't able to make a new mark. I think I'm kind of working down that angle on the side rather than from the top, but I'm just glad to be working on it and making some progress on it, even if it's not really measurable for this month. For the letter X, I have good old Milk from NYX. This is my jumbo pencil that's not so jumbo anymore. And I was able to make the tiniest progress mark this past month. Just a little bitty baby progress mark, but I'll take it. I use this every single day, so I don't feel like I could use it any more than I'm already using it, but progress is slow. And then the last product I want to talk about in this update today is my Maybelline Dream Bouncy Blush in the shade Peach Satin. This is for the letter Y. The cap is broken. This is the other product that I was able to measure on my scale, and it did go down a little. This only went down a little. It went down like 0.04 of an ounce, I think. I'm still getting used to reading these numbers, but I think it went down about 0.04 of an ounce. So not a lot of progress. Like I said before, I did start using this as a cream blush this past month. Both work great, but I only have 2 cheeks and I only need to apply them once a day. So when I use this, I'm not making any progress on this and vice versa. That is the dilemma. So I'm going to keep working on both and see how far I can get. Alrighty, you guys, that is all I have for this update. I know that this still was quite long, but there's still quite a few products that I haven't really gotten into the rotation of using that consistently yet. Hopefully I will get to them in the coming months. I don't know if I'm going to have any empties for next month. I don't think so. I think if I was working on this Revlon one exclusively, that could be an empty, but I don't think I will be working on exclusively. I'm still focusing on the Becca primer that's in my 50 Shades of Purple Project Pan. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be any empties for next month, but I am going to keep working on all of these items and make as much progress as I can. Thank you so very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.